At Blackwell Meadows this evening, Alan Armstrong's side welcomes Southport as they search for a fourth straight home win and revenge for a 3-0 defeat earlier in the season. But they're going to have to do it without captain Will Hatfield after he left for AFC Fylde this afternoon, and his absence marks one of 6 changes to the starting lineup, with Adriano Moke making his debut. For Southport, that 3-0 win was the start of a charge towards the playoffs, and they name an unchanged 11 after a 3-3 draw at York last weekend.
Radio, no goals to report so far. Mason takes it. Ellis is the first defender to get his head to the ball, but it comes to Walton on the right hand side for Southport. He puts across behind there. It's taken a little nick off George Smith.
Somebody there by the looks of it. First corner to the visitors.
Southport corner is going to be taken down at that tin shed end from their attacking right wing. It's going to be a left-footed corner. In swinging into the box. Few yards out, gone all the way across, and it's been punched clear from Taylor. The ball hit the crossbar, I think, and bounced down on the line and then was cleared.
It misses everyone, and then from a yard out, a Southport player swings a boot at it and hooks it up against the bar. It comes back down. I didn't see too much of a claim for it being over the line. Taylor manages to punch it away, and Southport get a corner instead of a lead.
Southport renowned for the set pieces, long throw-ins and corners, and they almost scored from that one. Throw-in finds Thompson. Thompson returns it smartly. Ball then comes into the box. Cassidy gets almost in front of the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper gets a touch. Comes back to Lambert, who slices the shot well wide.
Not adding to Saturdays with a shot like that to send him on his way. Just couldn't find the ball.
Dos Santos with his back to goal. There's it back to Moke. Comes inside to Purver right on the halfway line. Lawler then to Moke. Moke's got a time for a touch and then nudges it left to Smith. Smith to Purver. Purver into Thompson. Back to goal. Gives it back to Purver. Purver looks inside, sees Dos Santos. Dos Santos takes a touch and plays it wide to Headley. Headley down the line to Lambert. Darlington with a chance to cross. Nice play. Lambert all the way across, and the goalkeeper comes and takes that one. Mason, but that was
couldn't quite get
nice
a telling touch on
Mike.
that. No. And Vassallo.
Vassallo's going to take this one left-footed. He's going to put it into the box. Good delivery. Taylor comes to clear and punches. Gets a good distance on that punch again, and then Thompson comes and slides into it, and then the ball is turned by Purver to Lambert, who's got a chance to run and see if Darlington can spring Southport on the counter-attack. Lambert's still running. He's just got to check his run now and then plays it back, comes to Purver. Purver sees Thompson. He drops it back to Cassidy. Cassidy across to Purver. Southport have the men back now, but Darlington still in possession through Cassidy. He chips one into the box and Thompson gets the header. Oh, I think that might have just hit the outside of the post. Or was it the goalkeeper?
He had him scrambling.
Looked like it hit something there close to the goal, and Thompson's adamant it was a corner. But anyway, Thompson did well to generate. He did well to generate some power on the header because it was only a little chip ball forward, wasn't it? And it didn't look as if it was too far away in the end.
It was a nice little chip into the area, and Thompson gets the header.
Listener this evening, welcome to Darlow Fans Radio. It's very difficult to try and identify your players from this position. So if it sounds like I'm not mentioning many of them, it's hard to pick out the shirt numbers. Ball is played right to left for Darlington. Jack Lambert picks it up. Wearing number 17 for Darlington. Lambert has George Smith, the left back, around him. He comes inside to Moke. Moke inside to Purver. Purver 30 yards from goal. Trying to pick a pass. Finds Cassidy. Cassidy gets the turn. Gets the shot. Jake Cassidy! Jake Cassidy's at the back of the net. Well, there you go.
Darlington take the lead through Jake Cassidy. Picks up the ball on the edge of the area. Turns and shoots. Finds the bottom corner. And after 33 minutes, it's Darlington 1, Southport 0. And for the first time since November, it's Jake Cassidy.
Really nice finish. Really nice finish from Cassidy. The ball was played into his feet after a nice bit of passing movement from Darlington. Cassidy took a touch on his right foot, moved it into a shooting position, and then from about 20 yards, he drilled it into the bottom left-hand corner, or the goalkeeper's bottom left. And it's a really smart finish from Jake Cassidy. As you say, it's been a little while coming. But it was a nice one when it came.
But is that the moment that sparks this game into life? Is that the moment that sparks Jake Cassidy's season into life? 1-0 to the Quakers.
Left-hand side. It's a better delivery this time. Bit deeper, but it's headed clear, I think, by Alex Purver that time. And it's picked up by Kevin Dos Santos, who tidies up and plays the ball forward. Southport with another chance to turn it back into the box, though. Ellis slides into it. And then Darlington now will have the chance to break. Moke has played the ball to Lambert. Lambert has to pause a little bit for it to wait, but Darlington have three or more men forward. Lambert's running at his man on the corner of the 18-yard box, comes inside onto his right foot, then takes it back round. Now can he drop it off? Too much on it there, but Moke is trying to spin onto it. Oh, and he's gone down in the box, but that's not a penalty, you have to say. We've got a really clear view of that.
Yeah. And
Adriano Moke is he's gone down waiting for some contact there. And being honest, you keep me honest here, Mike. I think he's. I don't want to say the word, but I think he could have been cautioned there.
Yeah, I'm fairly even up until the goal. I think both sides had spells, and then it kind of just died off a bit, and then the Quakers started to get on top and got their reward.
Cassidy wins the header from the goal kick, and Thompson scampering after it and pressuring his man. Lambert picks up the possession, comes inside, two challenges, back to Thompson, gives it back to Headley. Headley, chance to find men in the box, puts the cross across. Second ball's going to come to Lambert, steps over it. Lambert with a shot, great save. The goalkeeper comes out again, and the goalkeeper's just collected the second attempt.
Can it produce a second goal?
Goal kick is taken. Ellis steps in and wins the header. He's headed it across, and Dos Santos has got a chance to run onto it, wide up against the touchline. He's got the pace up and against his man though. Gets to the byline now, drags the ball back and finds Headley. Headley with the time to measure the cross. Just a little bit too much juice on that one. Comes back to Moke though, has the shot straight into the arms of Mason. But a good start to this second half.
Caught it cleanly as it dropped to him loose. Straight at the keeper, but it's another opportunity.
Dos Santos has had a bright start to this second half, perhaps not quite reaching the standards in the first, but he's started the second half really strongly. Southport now on the ball, trying to get Darlington in turn, but Smith just calmly steps in and plays the ball down the line, looks for Cassidy. Cassidy had Thompson running off him, but he's played a nice ball all the way across to Headley. Headley over the halfway line, moving down that right hand side, still bursting forward, comes inside his man, tries to find the pass, finds the pass to Cassidy. It's not Cassidy, it's Lambert, sorry, apologies, and it's a good save by the goalkeeper.
Certainly his play so far deserves a goal.
Mason takes the goal kick. Ellis steps in and plays the ball forward. Dos Santos has got the pace up against his man and goes past him. Steps back inside, nice touch, tries to go around the outside almost. Dos Santos has a man outside him, it's Headley. Headley pulls the ball all the way across. It's a chance for the touch for Lambert, his shot's blocked. Comes back out to the edge of the box to a Southport player. Darlington counting up the chances here. Turn one of these into a goal to have a little bit of breathing space. Ball's played over the top there, and there's a Southport player caught late, which is a shame because the ball had... Hamami stands over it. Hamami tries to go up and over the wall. It's a good save by Tommy Taylor. Good free kick delivery, but Taylor was equal to it.
Almost the sixth of the season for Josh Hamami there. And the Southport equaliser, but Taylor gets up and tips it over his bar. Tinshed applauding that one, singing the keeper's name.
Will be a corner though still. Southport still asking the question. Left hand attack and wing as they come. It's an in-swinging ball which Moke heads back down, and then Dos Santos turns away out of trouble into a wide area, and then Jack Lambert's now made the foul. They just got to cut this out a little bit.
A little bit needless that one. They had the control, now they need to refine the composure.
Given a team like Southport chances to have cheap set pieces, cheap throw-ins, his free kick's going to be swung into the box. Penalty spot area, it's headed goal bound. Taylor has to fly to his left and catches the ball. Nice, comfortable save, but well handled anyway. I'll copy and paste those comments, Mike, when we get B3-1 at the end. Taylor has had to clear a back pass up forward. Oh, lovely touch from Dos Santos. He's pulled out the sky and played it into the feet of Cassidy. Cassidy tried to flick it on to Thompson. Comes back to Dos Santos. Is he going to get there for the goalkeeper? He is. Puts it underneath the goalkeeper, but it's blocked on the line or a few yards out from the line.
Mason just gets enough to slow that down.
Brilliant from Dos Santos.
But beautiful touch at first, and then following up on Cassidy's ball through the middle.
Thompson to Headley. Headley back to Purver. Purver to Moke. Moke's turning on the ball in centre area, gives it to Headley. Nice ball. Headley keeps it in. Goes outside and then in. Comes back to Purver. Purver comes infield. Purver back to Ben Headley, hugging the touchline.
To drop behind him and he was away.
Free kick is taken. It's spread left to right to Ben Headley. Headley's first touch is nice. Comes inside to Purver. Purver to Dos Santos. Dos Santos back to Purver. Purver twists and turns, gives it back to Lawler on the halfway line. Lawler steps in and then finds Thompson. Thompson comes back to Moke. Moke on the halfway line back to Smith. Smith is pressed under pressure there, but finds the switch ball out to Headley. Nice play from Smith. Headley now has the man up against him. Finds Dos Santos. Dos Santos is Thompson trying to get Dos Santos back. Dos Santos he does keep the ball in, dispossesses his man. Steps over it, did well there. Dos Santos finds Thompson. Thompson's first touch gets him past his man. He's inside the box, pulls it. Goalkeeper saves. Comes past to Thompson, bobbling on the goal line. Won't go in. Ball still there with Headley. Headley to Dos Santos. Dos Santos gets through the gap, but he's going for the penalty there. But is he giving it?
Has he given it?
I think Dos Santos has earned Darlington a penalty there. The referee, Mr. McNamara, had a long, hard look at it, and I think he's given the penalty.
And he's also going to show a yellow card. Darlington have a penalty.
Yeah, I've got to agree, Mike. Dos Santos pushed it in between the two defenders and then tried to go through the gap. There's just a bit of argy-bargy on the penalty spot here as they're trying to figure out what's going on, and I think the Southport players are trying to dick about on the penalty spot. And
yeah, I think a few of them are having a word with Dos Santos, saying probably much the same that we thought there, that he's won that rather cheaply, but it is a penalty when we eventually get to take it.
Yeah. Kevin Dos Santos from the spot. We're ready to go. Dos Santos steps up. It's saved by the goalkeeper, comes back out.
And not a great penalty.
Keeper made a good save, he's went the right way. Dos Santos wouldn't have enough penalty.
Wasn't a great deal of pace on it. Mason palms it away and grabs it at the second attempt. And it remains 1-0. Another chance goes begging.
Mike can be my witness. Just before he took it, I shook my head, didn't I? So I didn't fancy it. Ball will comfortably be turned back to Taylor. Taylor takes a touch and then clears it forward. Oh, the ball's missed everyone. Through to Cassidy, who's onside. Flag stays down. Cassidy, edge of the box, drops his shoulder, gets the shot. It's blocked. Cassidy just needed a little bit of pace there.
Took an extra touch. I think he got a shot earlier. I mean, he did it in the first half.
You sort of wished that had fallen to somebody else, didn't you there, really? Ball is picked up by Lawler to find Lambert. Lambert's driving forward 30 yards from goal. He's going to go past his man, gets to the edge of the box. Can he find a man? He still brings it outside the defender. Gets to the byline, gets it across. Goalkeeper farms it over the top. Taylor did well there, and he comes and clears the ball out of his hands, and the referee blows the full-time whistle, and it's 3 points for the Quakers through the 33rd minute goal from Jake Cassidy. Had many more chances in the game, only got the one, but 3 points, Mike. How do you see it?
I think when we look back at the highlights for this one, we'll wonder how it ended 1-0. But ultimately it is 3 points for the Quakers. It's a fourth straight home win. One defeat in 8 for the home side, one win in 8 for the visitors. And the Quakers will take the 3 points, much needed. And a good night's work all round, I think. But yeah, I think when Alan gets them back into the dressing room, or gives his team talk on the pitch as he sometimes does, the first question will be, how is it only one?
Yeah, you're right, Mike. Plenty of chances on the night there, knocking on the door, and really that spell, particularly at the start of the second half, when they had 3 or 4 really good chances and couldn't score them, was you start to